Hello there. Let's look at interesting headlines from across the world in November and December 2022. November 2nd, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif visited Chinese President Xi Jinping, and they signed a memorandum of cooperation. Chinese currency will be used for cross-border transactions, and they will expedite their infrastructure projects. November 3rd, a terminal was hit and ignited in the seaport city of Mykolaiv, Ukraine. This terminal was rented by a Chinese corporation. 17,000 tons of sunflower oil, worth $26 million was destroyed. The Ukrainian Ministry of Foreign Affairs called on the Chinese government to demand that Russia stop it. November 16. A missile hit Peshvodów, a rural village in Poland, 4 miles from the Ukrainian border, and killed 2 people. The leaders of Poland and NATO later announced that this was an accidental misfire from Ukraine. November 17th. Greek Foreign Minister Nikos Dendias landed at Tripoli's Mitiga airport, where Foreign Minister Nala Mangush was waiting to receive him, but he refused to disembark and flew to Benghazi to meet with representatives of a rival government. This was likely done to offend Libya after they made a deal with Turkey for oil and gas exploration in the Mediterranean. November 23rd. Ukraine's SBU security service raided the Kiev Monastery of the Caves. They claim they were countering subversive activities by Russia. It is the headquarters of the Russia-backed wing of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and over 1,000 years old. Russia has criticized this godless, immoral action. November 25th. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg pledged that NATO will help Ukraine for as long as it takes. He urged member countries to keep supplying weapons. Members have already provided fuel, generators, medical supplies, winter equipment, and drone jamming devices. He also intends to help modernize Ukraine's army from Soviet to Western standards. November 28th, President Volodymyr Zelensky explained that Russia shelled 30 settlements a total of 258 times and damaged a pumping supply station. Russian forces retreated across the Dnipro River earlier this month and have been firing from across it. November 29th. The USS Chancellorsville passed by the Spratly Island chain in the South China Sea. This ship is normally based in Japan. The U.S. asserts they have freedom of navigation rights, but the People's Liberation Army expelled them away from the waters. December 1st. 3 Ukrainian diplomats received letters soaked in red liquid. The Ukrainian ambassador to Spain, based in Madrid, opened a package, causing it to detonate, and sustained minor injuries. Spain has previously sent some equipment to Ukraine. December 8th, President Xi Jinping visited Saudi Arabia and met with King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. They signed many agreements on energy, security, and technology. Saudi Arabia remains China's top trade partner and oil supplier. The USA likely feels snubbed by this agreement. December 9th. Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong announced additional sanctions. This includes Iran's morality police and those involved in cracking down on protests, as well as those businesses that sell drones to Russia. They also sanctioned the Russian men who are accused of attempting to assassinate Russian opposition leader Navalny. December 15th. Previously, the Group of Seven imposed a $60 per barrel cap on Russian seaborne oil, but Russia refused to sell at that price. Last week, Pakistan's State Minister for Petroleum visited Russia and announced a deal for discounted oil, petrol, and diesel, but Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardawi now claims that is not a reality. December 22nd. John Kirby, a spokesman for the National Security Council, alleges that North Korea is sending weapons to the Wagner Group. This Russian paramilitary group has been active in Bakhmut in the Donetsk province of Ukraine. North Korea's foreign ministry says this is cooked up by dishonest forces, and the Wagner Group describes it as gossip. December 23rd. Japan plans to increase its defense spending from 1 to 2% of GDP between 2023 and 2027. This will cover ammunition and counter-strike capabilities. This move is partly a response to their changing security environment. December 26. Japanese Industry Minister Yasutoshi Nishimura visited Saudi Arabia and signed a deal with Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman. They will carry out joint projects on decarbonization. They said their intent is to stabilize oil prices. December 26. Sudan's Foreign Minister Ali al-Sadiq met the Russian ambassador Vladimir Zeltov. Sudan is concerned about food insecurity because most of Africa's grain came from Ukraine before the war there. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for viewing.